Kia ora guys, welcome back to the Black Jersey. My name is Max, I'm the host of this channel, and a big thank you to my patrons. For today's video, we're going to have a bit of a yarn about the Wales selections after the 2023 Six Nations has well and truly concluded. As similar to England, I don't think I can make this big, huge analysis video on the squad as they're still trying to figure out what's going on. They've had horrible off-field incidents, and also much like this wee Welsh jersey that I've got on with a bit of a tattered Admiral logo, a bit out of date, this Wales squad is definitely looking like it's stuck in the 2010s still. So I'm just going to have a yarn about who's in the squad right now, some chopping and changing that definitely needs to happen, aside from over at prop, because Wales are really just, they do not have out-and-out talent at prop at all right now. Prop is a huge problem position for them as things stand, so really I think it's going to come down to their new strength and conditioning coach that they're about to get, knowing his or her stuff and just trimming a lot of fat off some of these props, because prop is a big problem for Wales right now. I do think that Scott Baldwin definitely does have to get out of there once Dewey Lake is back as well, because Lake does seem to be the future of the jersey. I'd probably prefer to see Ryan Elias in there over Bradley Roberts as well, though he hasn't quite got the best line-out throwing. Roberts doesn't exactly have like a huge amount of test experience either, so it's a bit of a conundrum over at hooker, but we do know Ken Owens will start a hooker for the World Cup. But post-World Cup, I would like to see Elias and Lake just continue improving, you know? Over at lock, it's a bit of a worry as well. Alan Wynne-Jones, who I want to make a video on him ahead of the World Cup, doing a bit of analysis on why he's Wales' greatest ever player. I want to, I guess, essentially discuss today, though, that he's playing well past his prime, and he's actually starting to tarnish his reputation by continuing to just go on and on and on and on. And his record of 170 tests is something that I actually don't think is ever going to be broken, but has reaching this huge milestone actually affected his overall reputation? I think it's starting to. Adam Beard, out of form right now, but hopefully he's going to come right for the World Cup. Rhys Davis, I don't think we've seen enough of him to know if he's convincing or not, but Daffer Jenkins starting at lock is definitely something I can get behind. Maybe handing something over to the uncapped Teddy Williams and giving him some time off the bench. Maybe that would work with Jones just there in the wider training squad for the World Cup, just playing against the tier 2 nations, the pool stage. Maybe that's the best go. They do have to, though, balance their line out. Jack Morgan and Tommy Reffel, they are passengers. Tipperick, Shionza, Wainwright, Faletau, they're probably the standouts in the loose forwards, but Shionza has probably been pushed in a little bit early due to the lack of depth at Wales. And, you know, Tipperick and Faletau, they can't go on forever, so hopefully Wainwright's going to stay injury-free, pick up a bit of a slack, and, you know, hopefully I don't have to resort to getting Ross Moriarty back in that team. Wales in the loose forwards, they do have some stars over there, but, you know, they can't play forever, these 2010s stars. So maybe they're just going to have to try some more uncapped players, maybe bringing back Tane Basham to cover 7. Maybe that's the answer. At halfback, I do think Reece Webb should start for the World Cup with Williams out of form. Thomas Williams, that is. Kieran Hardy, probably not the best player in the world either. But you know what? Giving Reece Webb a bit of a decent farewell by starting him at 9 for the World Cup, I do think is probably the way to go, because for a long time, I haven't really rated him until recently. He's played a lot better than he ever has. Starting Owen Williams, his club level teammate from the Ospreys, with him too, I do think is a very good idea. There seems to be a bit of a Scarlets theme going on for second and third choice players in Wales right now, and keeping that cohesion in the starting lineup I think is very good. With Owen Williams at 10, this Welsh team just looks so much calmer, and the fly that's going in front of the camera is a big Owen Williams fan and endorses the crap out of him starting for this team. Reece Patchell, not too convincing, but you got to keep him around for experience, and I would love to see Sam Costello, who is a future star, come in to replace Dan Biggar, who is really just dead weight holding the team back. Any decent alpha male would not have had a go at Louis Rees-Zammit like that, and Biggar's kicking's been off. He's getting old and he's losing his running game. He's becoming, as a guy from Rugby Pass once said a few weeks ago, an active liability for the team, which is really sad because he was something special to watch in his prime, but you've got to move on and chop the dead weight. Over at centre, Joe Hawkins signing to play in the English Premiership. That's a bit of a killer blow, so hopefully they'll be able to work something out to keep Hawkins eligible so he can continue starring in that midfield pairing with himself and Mason Grady, who very much looks the goods in his 2 test caps. Can win some solid turnovers from 13 with Grady essentially in there as a third playmaker for the side. That Hawkins being that third playmaker has been so good, and Grady's just raw power is so good to plug the defensive holes. Give those two time in the saddle, they're going to be very good. Nick Tompkins a bit out of form. George North not at his best either, but keeping those two in the team I think is probably more sensible considering a World Cup is on the way, so maybe North will play his last test at the World Cup. Over in the wing, Josh Adams I think is starting to come right. Rio Dyer, I think once he works on defence he'll be perfect, and I do truly believe starting Louis Rees-Zammit at fullback is the way to go forward. Lee Halfpenny, you've got to chop him out of the team. That's some more dead weight over there. Same with Alex Cuthbert. Form is what should matter for wingers, and well, the guy that's in form is Rio Dyer when he's got a decent attack structure to run off, and Josh Adams, he is getting back to his best. I truly believe that. Liam Williams got injured towards the end of the tournament, but I do think Liam Williams could still be a decent option for the World Cup. Should Gatland not quite have the confidence in Dyer in time for that. I'm probably going to end the video here, just a bit of a short one, just discussing, what's going on with Wales right now. Are they actually improving? I do think they are. They just need to continue on that trajectory of chopping the dead weight. That'll probably be it for me today, guys. Thank you for watching the video. From Max, signing out.